Y'all excited? I'm excited. Going to play some Space Engineers? I'm Kay. Alright, so what I'm interested in doing is building a little tiny ship. It might also be a fighter, or capable of being a fighter. And basically, the main purpose I'm going to use it for is just to transfer materials from station to ship or ship to station. Nothing fancy, just a couple cargo containers. I don't know if I like that. And I want that type of design when it comes to the connector. Alright, I can live with that. Do an oxygen generator.
Right. So what you building then?
A little... Like, I was thinking about jumping over to the Newtonian base, but unfortunately... Like, I jumped there and then I realized I didn't bring anything, so... I figure I'll bring him some stuff. But I have no way to put something in my ship. Not unless I undock it, fly it over to your ship, and at that point I still don't have any way to pull anything out. So then I have to use one of the welders. I figured just make a little tiny ship. Unless you wanted to start jumping your ship all the way there.
I've got almost 10k of platinum.
That's a lot of platinum.
Someone's been dicking with this miner. Oh, this welder.
What do you mean?
All the stuff on it is turned off.
What, like somebody just hit Y, or somebody's purposely?
No, like the gyros were turned off, the reactors were off, the thrusters were off.
I'm guessing somebody doesn't know how to power down. Where they made groups and programmed the, or then removed them from the toolbar.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I like turning everything off. I don't like hitting Y. But I still want some systems to have power when I'm docked. But at the same time, is I always program my toolbar. And there's even a group, normally says docked.
So where are you building that thing for connecting to? Under the back where your hydrogen thrusters are?
Yeah. That's the only place I can think of. I got three block space, but it's gonna be hard to finagle between this area here, so I'm gonna have to build it.
Why didn't you just use the NAT? Because it's around the same size as this and it's got 4 medium cargo containers effectively.
Because that means I have to use the welder, and if I wanted to take it, like say to take it to his base, that means I gotta take the gnat with me. Anyhow, it started turning into something a little bit different than what I originally planned. I added a couple more jump drives since yesterday. I can get for almost, how far is it? A little over 14K? Yeah, 14.5K away. So it can jump a pretty good distance. So it seemed like every single jump drive I added to it, each one was less effective than the other. So however they do the calculations for like mass to jump, my ship's like right on the downward slope. So I think now if I add another jump drive, I'm only going to get about 1,300 out of it. But it weighs a little over 2 million now.
One of my screens is just showing offline, but it's turned on.
Yeah, it's on my screen. All the ones that you programmed yesterday are on. Yeah, there's some glitch with the LCD screens now. The only way that seems to fix it is you have to completely exit Space Engineers. Because relogin never fixes it. I have the issue all the time. Like your LCD screens will work, but the ones on my ship won't work.
For some reason, the power usage on my ship has gone up. Reactors were running at 1.7% yesterday, and now they're running at 2. So just wanting to look at the production screen to see if anything else was running.
I know you were refining you had all the refineries going earlier today.
That was the same as yesterday when they were drawing 1.7.
I had my welder out for a little bit. Is it charging the batteries on my welder? Shouldn't be. No. It's maxed.
The batteries on your welder are turned on though, so they're drawing input and putting out from the batteries.
Yeah, but that's how they always are. The batteries don't get shut off. Because my ship by itself cannot operate on the reactors. It has to have the batteries. So when I turn everything off, like all the thrusters and everything, the batteries stay on so they can charge.
I thought you put them to recharge or something on that.
I just leave them alone. It is a design flaw, and if I ever redesign this like I'll kind of want to, instead of the large car container, I'll have one large car container, but then I'll trade it out for a couple mediums, and then in that space I'll put a large reactor, and then a couple large thrusters. That's what the plan, but I have to figure out like what do I want more of space, because I've filled up both those large car containers. But do I want to deal with space over, I guess, ease of use? I was building this so that it could be taken to like the moon or the planet. Well, probably not the planet, but the moon. I don't know if I want to do that. How much uranium do we have?
11,000 in the cargo.
Okay, so I shouldn't feel bad if I take like 20.
Ship fuel low.
This works pretty good. Now can I fit it through this little tiny space? Oh, I could have just dropped it down. Hey, it works. I'm half tempted to start queuing up all the components to max out every single one of your graphs.
I do need to look through and change them.
I mean, some of them I agree with, like 250 radio components. Okay, I can understand that. 120 medical components. I can understand that. 2,800 solar cells. I don't understand that.
Me either. I built 1,000. Even the ingots incredibly screwed up. Like, they say 40k gravel, but then 800k silver. What's that going to do? Because you're not going to just make that many reactor components and the rest medical components.
I think it's probably supposed to be 80k because it's the same as silver, silicon, magnesium.
But then it's 900,000 nickel, but only 120 cobalt, and only 300,000 iron. But then 45k of uranium, of platinum. What other stuff do you think would be good to have on our list? Do you think any other inventory related stuff I need?
Inventory? No. I would do. I like doing the damage block one. You, other than the air vents, you don't really have anything for the oxygen, like showing your oxygen tank or hydrogen.
Well, I've got those on the screen next to it. That's what I've gone for. I've gone for like you stand here to get a pretty good view over inventory, and then on the other side it's power and life support.
Oh, you're just not using the bars.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it was taking up an extra line with the bars, and then I'd have to scale down the text. Some things I like them, other things they're not really necessary.
Yeah, you're even showing all your oxygen tanks.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because of
normally just show one.
these separate use for them. Because like 1 and 2 are the main pressurization tanks, and then 3 and 4 are depressurization tanks for airlocks. Well, and depressurizing a hangar. I don't like how it, whenever you use the command, it comes up oxygen tanks. It's not oxygen tanks. That's one tank.
Well, you saw the one I have over there. Like, I named like one of them oxygen tank main, and that's the only one that I display. I use the command oxygen and then parentheses main, or oxygen tank main, under parentheses, and that only shows that one there. It doesn't show the other ones. Just like the hydrogen tanks, I've got 2 hydrogen tanks, but only one list. So if you wanted to, you can name each one of your tanks, and then just do a separate command for each one, so it only names that one on that line. And it would actually use the name of it and not the default. All right, I think that's it. Until next time, have fun.